Hey everyone, I'm back with another video, and this time I've used this set from Dianna Marcum and AdornIt. This was part of my design team package for March, but I believe this stamp is part of a stamp drop. So this is not the add-on stamp from that set, but it did go along with the homemade bread recipe if you're in the stamp club. So this one will likely be offered a la carte, and I decided I was going to use this set. There's actually a story here. It's kind of funny because I was in my outdoor studio looking for supplies for a retreat that I'm going to be attending, and I wanted to make sure I had everything or order it before too late. And I was out there looking through stuff, and I found some dies that I needed to put away. There's a lot of that going on out there. And one of them was this toaster. This is a vintage. This is an older steel rule die from Sizzix. It's the red steel rule die. And you can see that it is a toaster that has slots. And there is another actual die that has the butter, jelly, and the toast that fits in the toaster, and it fits in that back slot pretty well. You could probably put two pieces, one in the front, one in the back. But I wanted to try this out with the stamp set. So I was envisioning vintage toasters when I put this together. Here's the number. I am pretty sure that you would only find this on a secondhand market. So if you're looking for this or the other die, it's called toaster, and there's the number on it. This is the other die, which I don't have packaging for, but there it is, and there's the number, and you can tell they coordinate right. The numbers are sequential. So if you're looking for either of these dies, look on eBay or some secondhand marketplace. They do fit together, and the proportions are correct. So I use these two with this stamp right here, and you can see this is actually two. This sentiment is separate, so you can actually cut whatever you want. You can put whatever you want inside the toast, or nothing at all. And in my case, I only use the upper portion of the toast because this part, it fits in the toaster. So you're going to see that. And then other things that I used, this W+9 stamp set called Fresh Preserves. I actually used the jar from this. I have the stamp and the die, and this is a used set that I purchased long ago, probably at a yard sale or something, crafty yard sale, or online. I was able to get this set and this one together, and I have the dies for both sets, so I use that as well. The paper I've used comes from one of these three, each of these three pads. Homegrown from Echo Park, Farmhouse Kitchen from Echo Park, and Farm to Table from Cartabella. Okay, so that's the paper. And then I've used my Copics to color again. These are the same colors I used on the other toast, and the butter as well. So you can see those there. And then I also used this Memento marker to go around the edges of my fussy cut images. And these two inks were used. This lipstick from the Stamp Market. It's a nice deep red for the preserves. And then this is what I used for my stamping and coloring because it is alcohol ink friendly. I've used this stamp here from Impression Obsession. It is a Lindsay Ostrom stamp. There you go. I don't believe that's still available from them. You might be able to find it at the Frantic Stamper. I don't know. This is some Stampin' Up! Twill ribbon. It is, I think it was a gingerbread color because I remember getting it with that cinnamon something, right? Cinnamon cider is what the color is. And so I have coordinating inks and markers to go with this one. But this is the exact color of my bread. Go figure. All right, here's my tags that I made. And as I said, I was sort of thinking up vintage toasters. So you can see the toaster die cut. It does cut this little dotted scallop here. I've covered it, but there's the stamped preserve jar and die cut. So you can see I've die cut it out of coordinating papers that were in one of those books. I've colored the butter and I colored the toast and stamped that sentiment from the same set that I showed you from Dianna. This is one of the sentiments on the stamp sheet. And then I tied some of that ribbon here as the holder for the tag. Now I did back my tags correctly because the paper itself is not a thick cardstock. It's a printed, paper, and this paper will not hold up well as a tag on its own. So I use some tag stock that I have from Paper Tray Ink. Die cut it, and because that's a steel rule die, you can cut all 4 at the same time, all 4 layers, because it is steel rule. So, and it will give the impression for all of the layers. So there's that little wood stamp that I showed you. So you can see I inserted the toast in the front die cut, but on the back this is just backed so that it could cover up the reverse side of the paper. And I also stamped the toast a second time and backed it up. I fussy cut them out and backed them up because the ink, when I'm coloring, usually it goes through the paper because I'm very heavy-handed with my inking, and you will usually see it through that. So I backed it up with another piece of cardstock after I fussy cut it. So that's the plain toaster, okay? This toaster has a little blueberry print, so I thought that would just be cute, nice homespun. And then I put the toast in. I cut them at an angle on this one. Just thought I was playing with the positioning. So butter, strawberry preserve jar, same thing, and then the back again is plain. And then this toaster's got the little calico print on it. You can see, again, same thing, butter and jelly. And then the last one, nothing real special here except that this is a cherry print. And I have actually inserted a gift card back here because the second slot, which is open on all of these, has the slot available on both sides. The ribbon is here, but you can put something in this second slot right here. So because I did not glue it all over in the middle, I only glued it around the edges, I had a pocket so I could put in a gift card. Money will fit in here. Maybe you want to give somebody a gift card to a diner or something like that for a birthday surprise or something. But I thought it would be nice to be able to use this other than just a tag. It could be a gift card holder as well. So yeah, the other thing too is that this, obviously I didn't tie down, onto the toaster. Let me just show you a different one. It's not tied in a knot. So if I wanted to put this inside of an envelope, I could. This is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, it's just shy of 4. So 4 1/4, 4 by 4 1/4. So if you wanted to mail something like this, you could just mail it, put it in a regular size envelope, and you won't have to pay extra shipping. So A2 sized envelope. And you won't have to pay any extra shipping. The weight obviously depends on the weight, but this is not that heavy, and you could send it as a card with a little gift card tucked inside. So yeah, those are my tags to share. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to share. Hold on one second. So while we're in the process of showing, as I said, I was going through some stuff to look for things that I needed for my retreat. I found, of course, a stack of dies. So these are some dies you may want to consider purchasing if you are collecting the recipe stamps, because these all kind of will fit to the theme of all the different stamps that have come out. We're almost to the year end mark, I think, of when the club first started. And so if you've got all of the different releases, these may be something you might be interested in. This one is the mixing bowl. Again, these are all retired Sizzix dies. Look on the secondhand market for these. The Sizzix mixing bowl is a nice size, and it cuts the slit, so you can stick the recipe down in there or whatever. Like, you know, the gingerbread that she has are really cute in here. But this is a really cute one. This one's the pie, so you can see here, and it is all one die cut, so it's basically going to have the little perforation lines here, and these holes are holes. So you could color this part, or you could fussy cut that. You could cut apart the dotted lines, and if you wanted the darker coloring here, you could color it with alcohol ink or whatever medium you want to color it with. This is the pie, apple pie recipe. And then this is a sundae. Now, I know that we have lots of different recipes for, like, the snow ice cream. I think it's a snow ice cream. That would be a cute one with this. This is pretty big. So the picture is not the size, right? This is the size of the die cut. And for this one, I've never used it. I think it's one piece as well. Yeah, it's one piece. So again, it's going to cut the perforation lines in the die cut image. And you can color it however you want. But this would be really cute. So this is kind of similar to the bowl in terms of holding something. But it has the ice cream in it. And you can cut that off, right? You know, you can do that, right? Just cut that right off, and then you can use it as a bowl. The colander. This one was a harder one to find. But eventually I did find it. There you can see it floating around there. That's the size of the die cut. So is this open? It should be open. There we go. There's the die cut. They always included these, so it's kind of neat. So you can see it against that stamp. It's pretty good size. So most of what Dianna's images are do fit very well to these types of die cuts that Sizzix has. Unfortunately, they are retired, but you can still find them if you're looking. You just have to be patient. They will come up. Most people are trying to get rid of these, but I like these because you can cut multiple papers at a time. And this die does fit in a switch, Big Shot switch. I cut all of the toasters using my switch, which is right in front of me. That's why I keep pointing over there. But wanted to let you know of those dies. There's a lot of other dies I have in my collection that go with my recipe stamps, and slowly I'll make my way through them. I actually have another idea for the bread already, which hopefully I'll get to sometime soon, but wanted to share this video with you all. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching again, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.